Peace.
Greetings.
What it is? How you doing? Why we look dark, right? Dark.
Why is it so dark?
I don't know. It's still, I think I don't know. Actually, dark is See?
Oh no, we are. Why am I not getting?
I don't know.
It was a second here.
Hey, what up, y'all? Peace, man.
We up. Oh,
yeah, super. Trying to get the situation where it is on.
What about the rest of them?
Yeah, I'm messing with it real quick. Welcome, y'all.
What up? Happy Sunday, day before Monday. What a great day.
Oh, that's like darker.
That helped a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
That is very weird.
You know. Peace. What's going on, y'all?
Funny, it looks fine on my phone.
Yeah, I don't know. But hey, what's going on, y'all?
What's poppin'?
Right. You know what I'm saying? A little technical joints looking a little crazy on the screen.
In the build on.
Yeah, man. What you're hearing right now, we have theme music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just letting that ride. Fancy. Giving everybody a chance to log in. Make sure you say peace. Let us know where you're from, all that good stuff. And so
somebody's asking to link the instrumental.
Oh, yes.
What up, Chris? Janaya Summers.
Right.
Mr. Juan Para. Peace. Cyborg Killer 23. Levi Rowe. What up? Select Auto. Calvin Williams. Motherfuckers are in here today.
Yeah.
And Gripper Holmes from St. Louis.
That's what's up. Hey. So welcome, y'all. Welcome to Substantial Sunday. Someone was asking to be linked to the music. That music that you just heard in the intro is this right here.
I did most of it.
Right.
He just stood there and watched while I did magic on the SP1200.
All eyes. Sherm, however, he did curate though. So like Sherm came through the crib. I played a bunch of stuff I've been working on over the summer, and I let him hear it, and he was like, "Yeah, this right here sounds like an intro track, man." And I was like, "You know what, sir? I think you're right." And so we went with that joint, and then later, you're gonna hear the official outro going forward. You know what I mean? So but welcome. It's good to see y'all up in here. A lot to talk about, man. A lot of music to catch up on. So a lot have been happening with Netflix and shows getting the axe.
Definitely interested to hear.
So I got some opinions on that. I haven't Sherm knows I haven't worked on a lot of I haven't listened to a lot of new music this week because I've been getting a lot of crazy opportunities. So first and foremost, I was telling Sherm, so I just got tapped to do music for this video game in South Korea. Which is exciting, you know what I mean? So between that and this music I'm doing for a documentary and all this stuff, like I'm like behind trying to catch up on stuff outside of what I'm making, you know what I mean?
And this documentary is one of the illest. Like the concept is so dope. I've never seen anything like. I don't know if he wants to expound on it. It's not my project.
I can't tell y'all yet, but y'all will see.
This shit is really fun. It's some shit I had never fathomed anything like this before. It's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, that shit's really cool.
I can't take credit other than like the fact I'm doing a beat on it. You know what I mean? But they tapped several producers and they hit me up and asked me to contribute. And so man, it's pretty awesome. But I hope y'all are doing well. Sure. Well, let's talk music, man. What you been listening to, sir?
Let me see. This week, what did I have on there? I checked out Phony People.
Yes.
Planet Asia's new joint.
Mm-hmm.
And my homegirl, well, not really my homegirl, but my musical, spiritual homegirl, Rhapsody, did some doo-doo on motherfucking Instagram.
Oh, you know what we got to talk about too? The BET ciphers. The little bit that did you see any of it?
Nah, I don't. Okay. I don't check for it no more. I told you was on there. Nwigwe
and YB and Corday was on there. So PG was rapping. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I've checked out some of YB and Corday's material.
Yeah.
He's not bad.
Right.
He's not for me yet.
Like,
yeah, he's still in the oven. Like his crust still soft.
Right.
And Tobin the Weedway, like I don't want to sound like a hater, but I'm kind of good on dude, man.
Yeah, it's you feel like it's a lot of the same.
There's nothing else he can do. Like, yeah, you dropping like your bars, but bruh, I need a song. Like, yeah, you dropping these bars, you giving up. Your 16s are great. The production is great.
Right.
The whole aesthetic you got with your wife and your cousin and whoever your cousin's husband, or if the dude is your husband, whatever, like that shit is super dope.
Right.
But as far as his music goes, like I just feel like, okay, like I'm good until dude puts out something that's about his struggles of being an African in Texas or some shit like that. Like I'm good on him just dropping bars about how he's the dopest nigga in the SWATs.
Yeah. I definitely feel like it's extremely repetitive. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like the.
And I'm not trying to be a hater.
I mean, look, it's truth. You know what I mean? And sometimes, you know, I guess ignorant people sometimes mistake truth as hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, you know, like know that both of us, like we're fans of this dude. Like, so we rooting for him. But I definitely feel like, yeah, we need that album. You know what I mean? Not a bunch of freestyle joints, you know what I mean? Like, or like just random verse joints. It's definitely album time. Yeah. But he did his thing on the Cypher though.
It was cool, like when his wife came out and he kissed his wife. It's like, okay, that's true. Tobin the Weedway. He didn't let BT water him down.
Right. You know, but yeah, man. So tell us about these other joints.
Let me see. We got
people talking about the Planet Asia joint.
Planet Asia, I'll get Planet Asia first. It's cool. It's a good album. Like Planet Asia to me is like a hip hop superhero, and like every song, like his lyricism is always substantial, but then But then at the same time, it's a lot of just rapidy rap. Like he's a good balance. Mm-hmm. So like when I listen to his music, it's kind of like hearing scenes. Like every song is a scene of Planet Asia, the hip hop black activist coming through shutting shit down. So it's a good album. It'll bore you at times, but it's typical Planet Asia. Like he's going to have some real raw shit. Then he's going to have some shit in the middle. It's like, okay, this is good, but I could not hear this and be fine. I got you. So it's a dope project. It's the Golden Buddha. I got the deluxe version. I haven't finished it yet, but it's a good project. That's what's up. Phony People are back, which I was happy to see. Right. And they're back in a big way. Like they have really grown. They have grown, but it's funny. They've grown, but they're still the same group. I got you. Okay. So it's growth. Right. But growth in the perspective of it still sounds like the same group. Yeah. But it doesn't sound the same as the mid 2000s, so it doesn't bore you to death. Like it's a really good project. Yeah, really good project. I really Mosaic is what that joint is called. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that joint out. Just to go back real quick, Planet Asia got one of my favorite rap names. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, so besides the fact is Planet Asia, Asia actually stands for All Started in Africa. So his rap name is Planet All Started in Africa. And I'm just like, that's a hell of a statement. Let's get it. You know what I mean? That joint made me an instant fan. Yeah. And then two, I met him when I was still living in New York, and he was just like a super cool dude. He had real good energy, man. His vibe was definitely dope. But then his voice, dog, like Planet Asia got like one of the best rap voices, yo. Like it like makes you listen. Yeah, no matter what he's talking about, I'm gonna listen. Weed jewels, 5% shit. Yeah, because his voice is dope. He got a great voice, man. He got a really great voice. So shout out to Planet Asia. Phony People, been a fan, man. They make good music. You know what I mean? It's like, of course, I love bars all day, but like at the end of the day, if you give me some great music, some great vibe shit, is great vibes. Good. Yeah, you know that shit never gets old. So shout out to them as well, man. So what else you got? And last but not least, man, if you're on Instagram, I don't know if she's done more, but Rhapsody got these two short videos where she is spazzing the fuck out. Like I guarantee you, her breath. I guarantee you she had halitosis that day because she was spitting that shit. She was spitting that shit. I mean, I'm telling you, if you got time while you're watching this, Go to Instagram, Rhapsody shit, play that shit in the background. It's fucking fire. We don't have any background music playing.
We don't. I'm sorry about
we gotta
that.
get that. We could do the chill, the lo-fi joint.
Got you. All right. Keep it simple. Got you. Apologies.
Yeah.
Real quick.
We dry shit in here.
You know what I'm saying?
Like all of a sudden, just
they
like
with us, though. The chat popping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Planet Asia is a beast. Shout out to Christopher up in here. It said y'all should check out a group called Villain Park.
Yeah, I saw that. Nah, I feel like I've heard of the name, but I know I haven't listened to any of their music. I feel like I might listen to one of the artists from the group if it's more than one artist. Chris wants you to talk about Bandcamp. I don't know if we're at question time yet. What up, Malcolm?
Yeah, that we'll get into the Bandcamp stuff in a minute. That's basically dealing with the background music and stuff, you know what I mean? Because that's where it is. So,
yeah.
So I'll break all that down in a few. Real
Scratch
quick,
by 4, what up?
Peace. What's going on, y'all? All right. Yes, indeed. We are live from Mr. Robinson's neighborhood studio. That's where we are right now. Background music will be up in a sec. I gotta load some stuff up. I had closed out everything because yeah. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we got a few celebrities just popped up in the chat room. First of all, shout out to Nick Fit. You know what I mean?
What up?
That's the Mrs. That's Mrs. Sheffield. She up in here. So peace to her. And then shout out to Malcolm Jackson. You know what I mean? Malcolm Jackson. You know, gotta clap it up for the brother because
what's the go-go song?
Yeah. Oh, you talking about the
Sexy lady, give me your number, girl. That's for Nick Fit. That's not for anybody but Nick Fit.
Right. A couple people just lost right now.
Like, what the hell are they talking about?
Yeah, if you ain't from
that is not Miss Sub, brother. That is my wife.
Yeah,
man.
His wife.
My wife.
Said Mrs. Sheffield. My last name's Robinson. That's why we are in Mr. Robinson's studio. You know what I mean? Neighborhood studio.
Just trading the wives in here.
Right. You know what I'm saying? None of that. No white swaps. You know what I'm saying? No. You know, so listen. So someone just said shout out to Select Auto. I think he said RIP to Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
So let's get into it. So Luke Cage was canceled. I feel away. I definitely feel away. Iron Fist was canceled as well. I don't feel away about that. But
so don't forget. So you had a conspiracy, just in case you want to talk about. You got a whole theory.
That's what I'm gonna get right into it. So like, needless to say, when I heard Luke Cage was disappointed. I mean, when I heard about Luke Cage, I was disappointed. I like where they're going. I love the fact that look, it's been out long enough where I could give a damn about spoilers right now. So I'm gonna say you know, like, because of the fact that Bushmaster is still very much a character they can tap into whenever they want. Yeah, I was excited about that because I liked Bushmaster's character a lot. And then the direction they were going in where, you know, like, I mean, they could potentially be setting up for Heroes for Hire, which is Luke Cage and Iron Fist together, and all of these other things. So here are my theories, right, on why they canceled. Number one, Disney got their own streaming service coming. You know what I mean? And Disney owns Marvel. Yeah. So I think Netflix might be pulling the plug on some of these shows. So I wouldn't be surprised. The only reason why I'm still questioning whether or not that's really going to happen is because they haven't canceled Jessica Jones. And that second season of that came out a while ago. You know what I mean? And I don't know what the numbers are like for that show in comparison to these other two. But it's kind of like you cancel these two, you kind of maybe cancel that as well. And now new season of Daredevil is about to drop. So the question is, after that, does what it's going to do? Because Daredevil is the best of all those shows. It's going to be interesting to see what the numbers are, and then does it get canceled anyway? Because if they do that, then I feel like maybe they're getting set up for that transfer where all of the products are going to be going over to Disney. Because in Netflix eyes, maybe it's a situation where we know they're about to start their own service. They're going to pull this stuff anyway. Like, what's the point of renewing it,
make some space for
paying for a new season from these joints when you're just going to pull it anyway? Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's interesting what's going on. I don't think either it's that or they're going, maybe just kind of cutting both shows so they could set up for their joint show together. I don't know. So I've got a couple theories, but that's pretty much the ballpark, like where I think they're headed. You know. Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, because it's super quiet. Yeah.
Are you checking out Titan? I've been meaning to look at that.
No, I haven't checked out Titan.
I'm thinking it might be Teen Titans. It seems like that's
what you talking about? Yeah. No, it is.
It is Teen Titans. Okay.
DC got their own streaming service.
I can't wait to check that joint out.
Yeah. That's what that is.
Did you re-up your Terrarium? You fixed the joint?
I haven't yet. I'm gonna do that tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that tonight.
I think I might check out
a lot happening this
Titan tonight.
Yeah.
What else you got on? You got any more for Luke Cage?
No, that's pretty much that's I try to keep it short and concise because I can be long-winded, and I tried to. I think I did good.
Yeah,
I think I did good. You know what I mean? I'm working on me. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So
you wanna go? What?
I was actually about to say one show I did finally start watching, and I'm super late on this bandwagon. Man, is I finally started watching Black Mirror.
Yeah, I'm still late on that.
I'm sorry. I'm so late. Yeah, but yeah, we'll talk about that after. Yeah, and Oxnard, I just saw Luis's comment. Oxnard is about to be the album of the year. Yeah, it's going. I'm excited to hear it. You know what I mean? I know it's gonna be great. I know it's gonna be great. All right. Let's see. I don't know what's up with the music, man. Movies. Oh, for those who are like me who still have not seen Sorry to Bother You, good news, it drops on Blu-ray this week. Well, I'm about to buy the Blu-ray, so it's all right. I'm about to be able to watch it, break it all the way down. It's just been crazy, man. I've definitely seen my share of flicks, but I was trying to give them my money. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm gonna cop the Blu-ray this week when it drops.
So you saw I put that Tales from the Hood 2 is out.
Yeah, talk about it.
Dude,
talk about it.
That shit is dope, man. Like they did a good job of keeping the nostalgia in there. Like the shit is in there. The shit is definitely. You remember the original? The shit. The shit is in there. They got a new dude. They got a dude from you remember Barbershop? The dude who was going to turn the barbershop into what was it called? He was going to turn into a strip club.
Oh yeah.
So he's playing old boy's role. He's the dude, the narrator basically.
Gotcha.
The stories are definitely racially charged. They definitely make you think. Like like they did such a good job with this fucking movie, man. I'm probably gonna watch this shit again, man.
Wow.
I'm probably gonna watch this shit again.
Okay.
So anybody out there, I definitely recommend Tales from the Hood 2 strongly.
Okay.
And on the other side of that, after I watched that, I watched Summer of '84.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, I was not ready, dog.
Yeah.
So I watched this joint strictly off of the cover art.
Right.
I was like, yo, that cover art is fucking dope. That shit's it's set in '84. Anything set in '84 with dope cover art is usually going to be good.
Right.
Did not fucking fail. Was not ready for what it was about. Thought it was going to be aliens and magic. Fuck if it is.
Right.
I'm not saying anymore because I know what is it, a Netflix joint or something?
Man, I know very little about it, so I got to do some research.
I just saw it on Terrarium. I was scrolling through, saw Summer '84. Was like, oh yeah, I'm watching that.
Right.
That shit is fucking dope, man.
Gotta check it out.
Yeah, that shit is really.
I've been slacking,
man.
I was off this week.
Shit happens and it's like, oh,
Peace, Ice Killer.
It's not cuddly and happy.
Right.
It's not a cuddly and happy movie, bro.
Yeah, I mean the '80s kind of weren't cuddly and happy.
It's some real '80s type shit. Yeah. Like it's some real '80s scenario type shit, man. Yeah, Summer of '84 and Tales from the Hood, I highly recommend.
That's what's up. Ayo,
yeah, what up, Ayo?
Man. That's what's up, man.
Ice Killer's in here. What up?
I appreciate that, bro. He was saying he's working on the lo-fi hip hop album.
Yeah, saw that.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate the love, bro.
Any long sleep?
Yeah,
would love to have him.
Hey, so listen. It's like,
oh, you know what? That might be a serious question.
Yeah, he's being serious.
But all I thought was,
in the crib.
Why is he wearing a short sleeve shirt today?
Because I have not gone outside other than to get these groceries. That's it. But yeah, I'm gonna do some long sleeves. That which actually leads me to a question I have for you guys. We got a decent amount of y'all watching right now, so let us know in the comments if y'all are interested in Substantial Sunday shirts. You know what I mean? Because we could do those.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do those, and we could do some long sleeve joints. We could do some crew neck joints. We could do some like the sweatshirt joints. We could do hoodies. We can do that. So let us know in the comments, man. Drop a lot of comments letting us know. You can vote on what you want, whether it's long sleeve shirts, hoodies, the crew neck sweatshirt joints, whatever. You know what I mean? So it, you know,
select autos. Oh, 2 hell years.
There you go. All right.
Nah, serious question, man. Don't clown me. No, we're not clowning you. We thought you were clowning Substantial about wearing a short sleeve shirt and it's like 12 degrees.
What are you saying? You know? But yeah, man. Definitely we can go ahead and set that up. So look, to get to the Bandcamp thing, Christopher, I got
Stephen Flossie, what up?
Yeah, so got another do it. So look, this is what I wanted to point out to you guys real quickly. This is what Christopher was reminding me to point out to y'all. So the music that you're hearing in the intro, and then the music that's gonna play at the end of the show. And I'm sorry, there's no background music right now. You know, this
Spotify still ain't came up.
Man, Spotify was tripping. You know what I mean? I think I got to reinstall it or whatever. I was having some technical issues earlier today, and I ain't had time to troubleshoot. Ain't nobody got all that time. You know what I'm saying?
Can you play anything?
I got some. I got, you know, J Soul always come through in the clutch. You know what I mean? He'll hold it down.
Got us in here like we're in a library or something, man.
You know, like it's cold out. It's cold outside, so we're gonna play this summertime joint, warm things up a little bit. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Sound like playing, right?
Oh, so I got one more thing. Oh, yeah. Wait, were you?
Yeah, the Bandcamp thing.
Oh yeah, Bandcamp.
All right, so let me finish the thought. Christopher's like, God damn it, he's so close.
Well, Chris actually. Yeah,
yeah.
Talking about he was watching the game.
Oh yeah. You know,
I hope it's a basketball game. Right. Like fucking football.
Yeah, you know, that'd be disrespectful. It's still disrespectful either way, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, real quick, so on Bandcamp you can check out Substantial Sundays Volume 1. The reason why it's called Volume 1 is because what I'm the goal going forward. For those who don't know, this is actually my second year of doing I've been doing Substantial Sundays since 2016, right? And then, you know, Sherm had guested, he was a guest on the show like early on when we were doing it, did it at his crib one day, and then we decided to make it a regular thing. So this is like our first season kind of doing it together. Together I think we got 10. I think we got close to 10 together. You know what I mean? But like, as far as like when you go all the way back to when I first started, it's over like 60 like episodes of like Substantial Sundays, right? So the reason why it's called Volume 1 is because these are the beats for this season going forward, and then next year around this time I'll drop like some new instrumentals that'll be the new background music. Now that's available on Bandcamp. The link should be and it is in the description, so you can go there and get it. I also dropped it in the comments before. If you got any questions, let me know. And November 9th, that's when the instrumentals will be available on all streaming platforms. Right now, it's exclusively available on Bandcamp. Sure, what you was about to say.
So, for one, I think the lighting has gotten better. I think the lights just had to charge up. Those type of joints. Yeah,
gotcha.
It feels like it's part. Okay, so last thing. Oh, no, it's still right.
I think it's just the screen. Yeah.
So I saw one last thing that was really cool, and I saw it on the Humble. I forgot the dude's last name, but there's a artist / ex-skater named Ari, white dude from New York, I believe, and he has like this short documentary on Vice called it's the band. It's some band sneakers. They're called the Menthol 10s. It's a really cool short documentary about why he made these shoes and why they got banned. Like, there's such a dope conversation piece. Like, it's cool, man. He was basically talking about how this was his way of starting a conversation, but so many people took it as him glorifying cigarettes. But that's how he wanted to start the conversation, by doing that. Right. And on the inside of the shoe, it says this shoe is dedicated to the two companies who took the most but gave the least.
Wow.
Nike, because it's an Air Force One. Wow. It's an Air Force One silhouette with the whole shoe is a Newport. Like, the insole is the filter. Yeah. The outside is the Newport
I've seen
box.
Those before, yo. I feel like I've seen them before.
You may have, because it's not there. There are a lot of them out. Like, people have bought them. People definitely bought the shit out of them.
I definitely feel like I've seen them before somewhere. You know what I mean? Because as soon as you said it or whatever, I was like, yo, I can't remember if O put me on to, you know, O's like the super.
He probably fucking has them. Knowing him, he'd have a pair.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? But yeah, I gotta check that out for sure, man. Let's see. What else? Trying to bring something up real quick. Make sure we're covering everything. Oh, I just realized the joint's on repeat. We got to switch the beat. Hold on. Switch the beat. That beat is dope. About Tierra Whack. Oh yeah. Tell them about Tierra Whack. That shit was far from whack. That shit was pretty dope. What we just saw.
If anybody has never heard of Tierra Whack, please get yourself familiar. It will only take 15 minutes out of your day, her whole project, and that is the most unfortunate part about this project. It is you can listen to the complete project, videos and all, in 15 minutes, but it is one of the most visually stimulating videos that I've seen. Like I'll definitely put it in top 10 for this year, and I guess I could. No, yeah, I gotta, because it's kind of put out as one video. All the songs are only a minute long. It's 15 songs. They're only a minute long, and they all have videos, and all the videos are put together in one video presentation called Whack World, which is what the album's called. And it's just a journey through Tierra Whack's mind, how she feels about where she's from, how she feels about her current state of being. She deals with the passing of one of her good friends and rap cohorts. Like it's fun, it's dark, and it's beautiful. Like it's a really cool experience. I really recommend it. Tierra Whack World.
Yeah,
so that's it.
Yeah, the visuals were crazy. Like like the music was dope. The visuals were crazy. Very she's a very interesting artist. I'm curious to see what she's gonna do next for sure. What else? In a second, I'm gonna put a link in here for you guys so you can check out this instrumental project. This actually came out over the summer. It's actually called For the Summer. It's by J Soul. So so that's the background music playing right now. Trying to see if there's anything else we might have missed. Let me take a look at this. Okay, there you go. Work. So look, so something I'm about to start doing as well, just to kind of keep you guys in the loop. I know that some of y'all who watch this are MCs, and some of you guys are looking for production. Occasionally, I've been hit up. I've been hit up about some of my beats. A lot of the stuff I'm putting out right now, I didn't really put out with the intention of people rapping over it, including me. Some of them or whatever I do have plans for, but most of it I don't. But anyway, I've been getting hit up a lot. People asking if they could use some of the production or interested in purchasing production from me. And so that being said, I've decided to set up what they call an airbit.com account. So I can start leasing my instrumentals and then both non-exclusive and then exclusive deals as well. So I'm gonna post a link for that. It's only like 2 tracks on there right now. I still gotta upload more of my tracks, but I'm start putting it up there to get a non-exclusive track or whatever. To lease a non-exclusive track's about $29.99. And you're limited to how much usage you can get out of it. And then to get exclusive rights for a track, it's about $199. So yeah, so I'm gonna throw that link up in here. If that sounds like something some of you guys would be interested in, go ahead and check out this link. And again, bear with me because I need to update it so that more beats are on there. It's only 2 tracks on there, but one of the tracks that's on there is actually the intro music from our show. So that's on there, and the track Always On Point from The Garden is on there as well. More beats will be up there before the end of the week. I'm trying to have by next Sunday it'll be at least getting 10 tracks up there. All right. So update. That's one update. Another update for you guys. In case you missed it. Oh, Indio, peace, Indio. Good to see you up here, man. So for those who don't know, for my DMV and Be More fam, check this out. This event's coming up this Tuesday. It's called Indie 101. and it's happening at Motor House in Baltimore. Make sure y'all check this out. If you're a, let me give a link that actually works. How about that? If you are in the area, you definitely want to check this event out. Basically, what it is it's a workshop like for independent artists. So it's an opportunity for you to learn some of the things that some of the techniques I've been using over the years. Get some information that maybe you have or maybe you don't have. But more importantly, it's going to go over like various practices, right? Like how are some of the best ways to use it? Because this is what I noticed from a lot of indie dudes, right? You'll meet somebody and they and you'll tell them about different things that you've been learning or different things you've been utilizing in the biz. And so you'll say something like, bro, like, you know, like I see what you're doing. You should really look into this. This will probably help you do this better. And they'll look you in your face like, oh yeah, I'm already here.
And don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Not even that they don't know. Like, it's so what I notice with people, you meet some really smart people, but it's not, and this is what I say to my daughter, like, what you know doesn't matter if you don't practice it. If you don't utilize what you know, defeats the purpose. So for some people, this event is kind of a refresher course, right? But for a lot of folks, like there's going to be information that's presented where it's like showing you actual details, like in terms of like when you utilize certain apps, when you're utilizing certain techniques to promote your music. Here are like more effective ways to do it based on certain data, but then also teaching people to research their own analytics and data to make smarter decisions when they're promoting. And so people say they know about it all the time, but then they don't utilize the information. You know what I mean? So, you know, and that's part of what like my company, part of what we've been doing for other artists over the last year or so, and obviously what I've been doing for myself, you know. So definitely, if you know somebody in the Baltimore area, you should tell them to check out the event. The link is in the it's in the bio. I mean, in the description, and it's also in the chat. All right, so definitely check it out. It looks like maybe question time, right? So first question. Somebody said, would you collaborate with Lupe Fiasco? Is a pig pork? Of course of course I would. Yeah, I mean, in a heartbeat, man. If Lupe ever reached out and was like, hey, brother, want to do a song? I say, hell yeah, brother. When you want to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? There will be no hesitation. I'm a huge Lupe fan. I'm not necessarily hitting him up to ask him to do a song because do I have the budget to pay Lupe to get on a song with me? Probably not. You know what I mean? But I'm down to do a song with Lupe. That's without question. All right. It said, would you collab with Lupe Fiasco to publish the song? I mean, yes, that as well. You know what I'm saying? So Indio says he tells artists to get certified in analytics. Absolutely. Peace is FSG. All right. I got Google certified as an analyst. I knew all the stuff already, but wanted to make it official. That's dope. Gonna get advanced certificate next month. That's dope, man. Congratulations, Indio. All right, Joshua McGee said, oh, this is for Sherm. What's the best clippers out right now? Been cutting my head for about 12 years. I have some Andes. Hey, you know, right now, what would you recommend?
I mean, my go-tos are Andis Masters for cutting. Actually, I guess I could say I'm kind of an Andis dude. I mean, I have Andis and Oster and Wall. I have Andis, Oster, and Wall. But as far as what are my finishers, my masters, and my Andis outliners, I think I'm more partial to the Andis products. They kind of like, I'm a heavy-handed dude, and it kind of feels like Andis products are they work well with my heavy-handedness. But I do like the Wall. Like I still have some Walls from Barber School, my Wall super tapers that they gave us with the our tuition payment. And them shits are fucking magnificent. I've changed the blade like one time, and I've been cutting for like 12, 13 years license. So yeah, those are my favorites.
That's what's up. Yeah, man.
Hieroglyphics click.
All right. Select Auto, man. I appreciate
wait,
that. I'll catch you. I'll definitely catch you at the Orlando joint. I'll keep you posted on the information.
Indio, I'm looking for. Oh, okay. Indio Prather is the next one.
Yeah, would you like a beat for a verse? Hey, man, look, in a heartbeat. I mean, the one thing I've been noticing about the stuff with the production, it's been kind of, you know, someone got offended. I said this recently. Or not even they got offended. They just kind of looked at me like, oh, that's kind of like I was throwing shots. But basically, they were talking to me about the whole production thing. And I think, this was the homie. I was talking early this year yesterday. And so I basically was saying, like, I've been producing so much lately, partly because it's easier for me, right? Like, and it's not to downplay, like, producing, right? Like, it's like it isn't, like, difficult to do. But I've been doing it since I was like 15. If it's hard at this point, like, I probably shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? But, like, for me, making a beat is much easier than writing a rhyme. So, like, being productive on that front hasn't been a challenge at all. And so the likelihood that in the next year or so, in terms of the reach that my production has and the opportunities that's going to come from it, I'm really excited to see where that goes. So if there's ever a situation where someone's like hitting me up for a beat and they definitely the type of artist that I want to get on the track with, oh yeah, best believe I'll go ahead and sacrifice that bread and a heartbeat to get a dope ass verse. So Lupe was like, hey, give me a dope beat and I give you a verse. Fuck yes,
right.
Please and thank you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's just the production's been opening doors, man. It's just really been opening doors. I mean, hell, like 2 video games in the last year, you know, documentary, TV show, hopefully in the works whenever they, you know, make that happen. Stop it, young. Stop it, young. And man,
no almost had diarrhea out of the mouth. Man, thank you, God. Thank you, God. For what's the word I'm looking for? For restraint.
Yes.
Man, I'm talking about
hey man, look, like, you know, it's like we rooting for the homie. But like for every opportunity that comes to me, right? And every potential thing that happens, I'm just ready. Like I don't hold my breath. You know what I mean? I've been doing this a long time because I would die, right? I'd die waiting on certain things. That wasn't what he was going to say.
No, that is what I was going to say. Okay. I'm trying to stay away from. Hello, Levi. How are you doing tonight? We're going to get these positive things.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, man. I'm excited about what's happening with the production. Definitely got some bars on the way. The Recompositions Project, which was already supposed to have been out. I apologize for the delay. I got some instrumentation that I'm waiting on so I can finish the mix, and then that will drop soon. So I'll keep y'all posted on that. It'll be another situation similar where it'll probably drop on Bandcamp first and then go live everywhere else after that. So stay tuned for sure. All right.
All the people want to know why you cut your dreads.
Yes. So Paul, I feel like you probably haven't been around.
Right? For a long time.
Yeah, because I cut my hair back in 2012. I just was ready for a change, man. I wanted to, you know, like I wanted a fresh start. And a lot of times when you're trying to change certain energy in your area, if you have long hair, like when you cut your hair, it just feels like renewal. You know what I mean? It just feels like rebirth. And so, and a lot of people ask me, was I going to grow it back? But I kind of like, you know, the short hair. I like being able to wear every hat that I like. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
not having to wipe your neck down.
Yeah,
every few hours.
That is definitely. I like being able to sleep regularly. I like being able to just not have to go through this whole mountain situation and then fall asleep and then wake up in the middle of the night because Johnny's is like trying to strangle
you. You done laid on top of him. You trying to move it. It's like somebody's pulling your hair or something. Yeah, man. God,
and so, you know, it's a lot of little things that I don't miss about locks. But like it was never really a superficial thing for me. Like I didn't grow my hair out because I thought locks like it wasn't about like how it looked for me. because the first few years of having locks is like the worst. Like you look crazy. You know what I mean? You look like you put your finger in a socket. You know what I mean? It's a zap, and it's just you know. And so it really wasn't it wasn't about aesthetics for me. I was going through a rough part of my life or whatever, where you know, like I was couch surfing, I didn't have a place to live, and all of this was happening leading up to the recording and signing with Hideout to record my first album. And so I was going through some terrible stuff or whatever financially and really struggling. But at the same time, one of the biggest opportunities in my career was on the horizon, right? And so I wanted to remember, I'm a believer that hair carries energy. And so all of that negative stuff I was experiencing that was leading up to this big moment, I wanted to carry that energy with me. So my hair was a reminder of all of those struggles that I had before. And then when I finally decided to cut my hair, it was like me letting go of all of that. Like I didn't need to kind of carry that burden anymore. I didn't need to carry all of that negative energy from my past or whatever, what I went through to kind of get to the next stage, you know? It's like, so that's what all of that was about. There's a whole video, by the way, on my YouTube channel, and this is the brother who cut my hair, you know what I mean? So if you're mad about that,
you're gonna blame me for it.
You know what I mean? He did it. Yeah, he did it.
Epiphania, what up?
All right, peace.
Oh, you can get it
saying you find it, it's an easier process for me, man. It just like writing lyrics is challenging for a lot of different reasons. Number one, you know, your personal view, right? Like you're sharing your personal view of the world, and you don't want to filter yourself, but at the same time, like, you know, yes, we have freedom of speech, but you are not free from consequences. And so I'm a person who considers the consequences of the things that I say before I say them. While a lot of rappers don't really give a fuck. They just say what they want. The fact of the matter is, I'm in a community in a different capacity, right? Like I'm not posted up on a block. I'm in the schools. And so because I'm in the schools, you know, like the stuff that I do in my music career, some of that stuff, like when I cross certain lines or whatever, can hinder opportunities that I get in the education world, which allows me to directly affect people in the communities I'm from. And I want to be able to reach out and touch those people directly, as opposed to relying just on the music that kind of reaches more people, I guess, to an extent on a global scale, but it's indirect, right? Like there's no direct, like, physical or verbal exchange. It's all like people kind of hear what I say in that, I guess in that way they hear me, and then they're allowed to kind of process it without me being able to sit there and be like, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Like music kind of allows you to interpret it, and it can mean what you want. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But like when I'm physically there and I tell you something, and then you're like, oh, so you mean like, well, I'm like, no, absolutely not. That's not what I mean. What I meant was this, right? Or, you know, I can have those exchanges. I can build more with people. You know what I mean? And I prefer. I feel like that work is some of the work I'm most proud of. I'm very proud of what I've done as an artist, but that community work I've done and the stuff in schools, I'm extremely proud of. And so the music can change that. Like I put out a song that's extremely offensive, and like it can change a lot. You know what I mean? And it's not. And I think sometimes your career field. Yeah, for real. You know what I mean? And it's not like. And I've seen some people do it. Like I've seen some people like put out some extremely whatever. But like in my line of work, I actually let people know that I do music as well. So sometimes, so imagine, right, when they do their homework on me and then they dig up the EFAM stuff and they see the Happy Fuck You songs out. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, that was earlier in my career, but it's interesting to see people's perspective on things. Anyway, tell them the lifeguard story. Remember the yeah. I would have to say, please don't tell the lifeguard story. I've heard check that out story the video. So Substantial Cuts His Locks. You can hear the lifeguard story that way. Sorry, Indio. Like, yeah, I've been around too long. I've heard that story so many times. Right. Best example is your line, healing the world with what
with what's been hurting me.
Yeah.
Real as it gets.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah.
I put my stuff like wait. Oh, I never break down lyrics.
Well,
I got my stuff. I put my. Oh, okay. Picasso ain't here to. So kind of okay.
I feel you.
Yeah,
but
that's a good point.
But let me hit you with this, right? Because this is what happens, and this is the blessing of being able to be amongst your people, right? But then be able to be amongst people who aren't your people, right? And be able to observe what they do. Sometimes, right? And this isn't look, I ain't even going to no disclaimer, so I can tell you how you feel. Like, this is what I'll say, right? There are moments where you're not present, right? And I do realize that I'm not going to be present all the time to articulate like what I meant when I said certain things or what a piece of art that I created meant. However, people love to take other people's stuff and redefine it or connect it to things that it's not connected to at all. And sometimes that can be great. Sometimes. Other times it can be extremely exploitative, right? And people can take your stuff and use it for what they want. And so we went to see this Black artist go see their work out in Reston, Virginia, which is not a very Black area. You know what I'm saying? And we were listening to the woman who curated the exhibit, who was a white woman, explain like what the stuff meant. And there were certain issues like this.
Black Panther trying to tell Killmonger what the
and he was like, nah, that's not it. And so there were several moments where she was describing like, and she knows the guy. So who am I to say, you know, like she knows what she's talking, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But there were several moments. This is why I love, it's one of the many reasons I love my wife, right? There were several moments she said certain things. Well, I think what he's trying to say, right? And when she said what she thought he was trying to say, my wife and I looked at each other like at the same time. And it's like you're looking at other Black people in the room like, I don't know. I have so many questions. But he's not here, and I don't know if you got that. And I don't know if you got that right. I don't know if you got that right. You know, and there's no hate involved with that. There's certain things that are unique to every people's experience, right? And we can sometimes hear stuff that like doesn't sound authentic to what the wide variety of Black experiences are, because there is no one Black experience, right? Like we all have different experiences to an extent. But culturally, you know, there are certain things that overlap. And so there are certain moments where you hear people talking about our stuff and it's like,
like you're completely off.
Yeah. And so that's the slippery slope as an artist, because there are sometimes people there who love,
but
go ahead.
You have to leave it available for that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the risk.
Yeah.
That's the risk.
That is what art is for.
But here's the beautiful thing about a medium like this, right? Where like if you really want to know what certain songs I've done are about, right? You can actually reach out and ask, right?
Yeah, those will be some cool questions. Yeah.
So if you think of one, let me know.
You need to holler at you, man. It's FSG, man.
What happened?
So I've only heard your first album and parts of the newest one, and parts of the newest one. Which album would you recommend I check out next after Happy Fuck You Songs? Listen to every fucking thing, man. Why are you still back there? Like, I'm so glad that you discovered my homie. I always love to hear when people discover Substantial. It's just so unfortunate that people are still just now discovering Substantial. Right. But check out everything. Anything that has Substantial's name on it, check it the fuck out. Thank you, sir. Yeah, man. Like, you're on the first album, dude. It's FSG. His songwriting and lyricism has stepped up so much from Happy Fuck You Songs and the first album. Like, you're not even listening to Substantial, dude. You're listening to that is Substantial with training wheels. Like, it's dope, but he had training wheels and like, dude, get up to date. Like, yeah, man. Black Alloy, Home is Where the Art Is. The past is always present in the future. Yeah, the old shit is great, but the new shit is the new. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The new for you.
Yeah, I definitely recommend. Like just start from the beginning, work your way up, man. Because
I wouldn't necessarily. You don't need to work your way up. You can just just for fun.
Right.
But if you just want to put yourself right in the body bag, just go straight to Bob Alloy's second album and Home is Where the Art Is, and The Past is Always Present. It puts you right in the body bag, toe tag and everything. You'll die right now tonight.
Stamp everything he just said. I stamp everything he just said. Yeah, it's always hard because like I don't know what people. I know what I love with my stuff. Because I don't love all of my stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys, right? But there's certain things that I've done that I'm really proud of. But I also know that people's taste and my taste don't always align. You know what I mean? So I'll tell you to check out this particular thing, but then, like for instance, I think my newer work's my best stuff. But certain people just can't get past.
Your
the Union or something.
Yeah, which is crazy to me because like I listen to that, it's like this is great.
But 9 times out of 10, the people who can't get past that, they're your best fans. Yeah. So and I get it. And truthfully, like it's just one of those things that lyrically, when I listen to that album, anytime I listen to older stuff, there are very few moments where I listen to older stuff where I can listen to it without a critical ear and hear it like everyone else does.
Right.
Because I hear my missteps, right? Things I could have done better, mixes that could have been better, delivery that could have been better, stuff that I wrote that could have been better, so many things, you know what I mean? So it's a different process for me. So I get it. I don't hate on what other people like of mine. I mean, do your thing. But anyway,
Indio. I'm just gonna go to the comment that I read. It's coded and layered because I want folks to go back. How many of us can really understand Wu and their lingo and Mobb Deep's language 100%? I do. I didn't when I was young, but it wasn't because I didn't look into the lyrics. It's just because I didn't understand. Like I'm from Maryland. They're from Staten Island. So I just didn't understand their slang, and I didn't have a liaison in between PG County and Staten Island to say, hey, when they talk about blueberry wallabies, who?
You did? The Hall brothers.
I didn't know them like that back then.
That's right, you did.
Yeah, we weren't, not till Morgan.
Not till college,
I had, because they were, that all that 5% of lingo, I didn't know nothing about that.
Right.
So, but it wasn't because I didn't listen, it's just because I just didn't understand it.
Right.
But, I think music is there for interpretation, and I think you are really missing the meat and potatoes of music if you're not, even if it's an incorrect interpretation of the music. I think that is the purpose of listening to music, to figure out what it means to you in your life, not just to say, I like this artist, he's dope, and just blindly listen. Like I can't blindly listen to anything. And that's kind of how I feel like you're describing it, Indio. Just like finding an artist that is putting out quality shit and just hitting play and not really dealing with anything other than it just being good music.
Right. Yeah, like for example, Lupe's new album, right? When I listened to Lupe's new album, I was like, yo, this is a good album, right? When I got more context in terms of what certain songs were about and what was like, just kind of what the concept was, when I got that information and I listened to it again, like, yo, it's one of my favorite albums that came out this year. You know what I mean? And so that like drastically changed my perspective when I went back and heard it again, because it was like listening with different ears.
Yeah.
And but the information I got, one was from an online source. I think it was the Company Man. Shout out to Justin Hunt. Like he did an excellent breakdown of Lupe's album, using a lot of references that Lupe provided. And then of course I follow Lupe on IG. And so when he was just giving the information and you go back and listen to it, it's just like, yo, this dude, man, like, yo, it's not for everybody, but
he's a writing motherfucker.
Yeah,
man.
he is, man. He's one of the best writers in the last few decades, man. But anyway, yeah. Someone asked me to break down.
That's just what I was about to get into.
So look,
Joshua McGee wanted to.
I got you. So Josh, so let's do it. All right, so we'll try to do one of these a week, and Josh just happened to be the winner this week. And speaking of which, we're gonna get to the winner of last week's thing too. So we figured out we're gonna get the cassette. It wasn't a question. It was basically they had to leave a comment on the last video after the video was done, and then we choose who wins the cassette. So we just gonna randomly pick. It wasn't a question. Not this time. I did questions in the past. We didn't do questions this time. Okay. And so we're gonna do the same thing this week, but we're gonna do it with CD triple pack. So
back in a sec, gotta ice my shin.
Struggles. Hey, shin bones. You gotta protect them with your life. You know what I'm saying? Guard them at all costs. All right. So look, here we go. So breakdown of the week, and we're gonna break down the story behind the song. The Boy with No Name. Hey,
this is the first.
Right. We're almost done, Sherm. We got 4 minutes left. 4 minutes done.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
All right, so look. So this is how we're gonna close this week out, right? Sherm is struggling right now. And so look, peep. So the breakdown of the week, we're gonna break down The Boy with No Name. So The Boy with No Name is a song from the first Bob Alloy album. It was produced by Marcus D. It includes a sample from the homie C King, who you heard rapping on the song MLK, Dream Big. And so and that sample is from a song from Godzilla called what was the name of the song? Decisions. That's what it's called. Decisions. From Godzilla's debut album. Go listen to that album. Go listen to that song, Decisions from Godzilla, and you'll hear the opening line of the song. I once knew a youngin', I forget what his name was. All right. So the concept behind the record, basically, it's the story of 3 different students that I work with. Obviously, I couldn't use names and stuff like that to protect their privacy. And so basically, what happened? The first verse is about a kid I work with who was elementary school age. That particular child, he was in a situation where he was the oldest of 3 kids. He basically was only in like 3rd or 4th grade. I think he was in 3rd grade, but was supposed to be in like 4th or 5th or something like that, right? It's hard for me to remember because it was so long ago. And long story short, I used to give this kid a hard time because his behavior in my class was ridiculous. And but when I met with my supervisor, because I was kind of venting to her, because I was like, I'm running out of things to try with him. I'm trying not to be that teacher. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I'm just always got something negative to say to him. And when she had to explain to me, she was like, yo, this is the only time this kid has to be a child. You know what I mean? Like, because when he's home, his mom like is working like doubles. So when she comes home, she's too tired to make dinner. You know what I mean? Keep in mind, he's the oldest. He's in elementary school. And she has another one that's in kindergarten and one that's a baby. So this dude, when she gets home sometimes, if she's too tired, he makes dinner for everyone, right? In elementary school, he feeds everybody. You know what I mean? Like he's doing that. He's putting his younger siblings to bed. He's basically doing things that an adult's doing, but he's doing it as a kid. And so when he comes to school, he acts out because like at home, he doesn't have the luxury of being basically a kid.
Yeah.
So
like that's his way of venting.
So that's the first verse. The second verse was about another kid I met. Didn't have as much of a relationship with him. Like I only knew him for a short period of time, but we connected really strong. He was basically a kid who came from like a really rough background and was trying to. His parents put him in the program because they were trying to turn him around. He got into a big. He was starting to make strides in our program. And we were connected, like really connecting well. But then he ended up he was involved in a big gang fight that happened at, and this was at a middle school. And as quick as that happened, the family, because of past stuff they dealt with him, like, you know, the stepdad who was making a lot of the decisions ultimately pulled the plug on a lot and was just like, yo, that's it. Like, he got to go. Like, we're putting him out. We're going to put him in this other thing. He can't live here no more because his mother had like a heart condition, and the stress from the stuff he was doing was like making her condition worse, according to the stepdad. And so it was really heartbreaking, man, because like I'm starting to build a great rapport with this kid, and I really felt like I could help point him in a better direction, and make some better decisions. But as quick as I got started and really started to make that connect with him, it was like he was snatched out of our program. And it's just like those moments, like, yo, moments you can't get back, you ain't gonna make it, right? And so, all right, so last verse, sure about to peace out. But last
outro until
no outro until he come back. So look, so last verse talks about a kid that I worked with, like, who basically was born with AIDS, and I can't remember if it was HIV or AIDS, but anyway, when he was born, being born with the disease, as he started to grow up, he's a kid that looks like a middle school kid, or maybe even younger, but he's like high school age, right? Like, this kid's like maybe like I can't remember if he was like 15 or 16, but he looked like he was like maybe 12 or something. You know what I mean? And when I was talking to him, they were saying how like he looks a lot younger, and looks a lot more fragile, partly because of the disease. And so I was connecting with this kid in the class, and I was there to do creative writing with them and like rapping and different things like that. But he was a visual artist, and so he was like, I'd much rather draw. So he was surprised to find out that I was a visual artist too, and we connected on that front. And what all of these kids had in common is their stories stuck with me like my whole career. Like, from the moment I work with those kids to this day, I can see their faces in perfect detail. I can remember all of these things that happened, but what I can't remember for the life of me, I can't remember any of their names. And it wasn't just a cool thing to call a song. It was the truth. Like, yo, I remember their stories in detail. I remember the ages of like the other kids that were connected with them. I remember all of these details, conversations I had with their parents, but I cannot remember their names. So that's why the song is called The Boy With No Name. That's the story of the song. And yeah, you know what I mean? That's it, The Boy With No Name. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So that was the song breakdown of the week. We can do this, I guess. We can do, one joint a week, because some of the breakdowns,
that would be, that would be real cool.
So,
I'm probably gonna have some joints myself.
Yeah,
I got some joints.
I'm down, man. So yeah, Josh, I hope you stuck around and dug the story or whatever, man. And I appreciate you for even asking about that joint. So let's see. Hey, man, you're welcome. Hey, thank y'all for even caring about it. So look, on that note, we gotta get ready to go, but let's figure out who this winner is real quick. Bring up the name of the person who won from last week. Son, hold out. Let me see.
Damn, Indecisive. Oh, what up, Indecisive?
All right, peace. What's going on?
Look, you know what? What we got to start doing is good questions. We got to start writing them down and taking them the next week.
Or what we could do is have y'all we could have them start sending them in advance.
Yeah, well, but some of these joints probably be coming up kind of spur of the moment.
I know, yeah.
Okay, so Indecisive said this. Peace, y'all. Stan, do you ever see yourself branching out of your sound or staying in the vein of that conscious, chill hip-hop? And Sherm, would you want to hear Stan, like, dude, stepping out of that vein? Let's not deal with this question. I don't want to deal with this. It's a great question, and because it's either extend the show now.
You could have just got into it.
Fuck, man.
I'm just saying.
All right, well, I'll answer my side of it. All right, well, this is going to be it.
Do it.
You know what? Play the outro through this.
All right. Let me announce the winner real quick.
Okay, yeah. The winner, and then we're going to get to Indecisive question, and that's it. Not answering anything else.
Okay.
That is a good one, though.
All right. So, what's that? So if you're watching this video right now, no handle, you are the winner. No handle, do me a favor and send me a message through iamsubstantial.com. Send me a message through iamsubstantial.com in the contact section that includes your your mailing address and all that good stuff, and I'll get your cassette. He won The Past Is Always Present in the Future on cassette. I'll get that out to you as soon as possible. All right, so go ahead, give your
okay. What up, Johnny Perozzo? I'm mad that you're just getting here because you were watching Rocky V. We won't even deal with that. If you're Frank EC, if you're talking about the door behind us, it's just another bathroom. Right. I just went to the other bathroom because I didn't want it to be like, yeah, he just went into the bathroom.
Right. And
somebody be trying to listen to it. Like people, some people are strange. And I don't, So, oh man, Indio, your question. Would I like to hear Substantial step out of the vein of what he is doing? Yes, I would. I thoroughly enjoyed the conscious hip hop, but I was just thinking, I don't even know if I said this to you. Mm-hmm. I would love to hear you do a bar exam, like where you just rapidy rap. Like you've never done some shit where you just rapidy rapping. Yeah. Just stealing other people's beats and maybe even borrowing some of their flow and just showing how good your fucking rapidy rap is. Because this motherfucker right here can fucking rapidy rap. Oh, if you want to hear rapidy rap, it's old rapidy rap, but it is still up to par rapidy rap. Happy fuck you songs. I burnt that shit up. I don't even listen to it anymore. It's hard for me to listen to it because I listen like when he gave me that shit, I probably listened to that shit every fucking day. Especially I can't say the other half of the line, but the flows you are say shows you up.
Right.
Man.
Oh yeah, Sessions versus
man.
I do say put holes in your body and play flute when
I blow you away.
And there's like pause in the back.
You still think you king, but your chick wrapped around my finger like pinky ring.
Right.
Oh,
destroy that line.
I shitted all over that line. But he can rapidy rap with the best. I would love to hear it now at 39.
Right.
So everybody, push this motherfucker, man. Steal some beats. Do a substantial bar exam. I don't know. He'd come up with some clever ass name to call that shit. But I would love to hear just a substantial mixtape. This is not for anything other than just to show you motherfuckers that I can pull my pants down and rapidy fucking rap. So there's the end of that.
Yeah. So as far as like stepping out of the my comfort zone, I guess, to do some different stuff. I have ideas for all the time. Like perfect example is this track I'm about to do for this video game. Like I played the beat for him. It's definitely not what people are kind of accustomed to me rhyming over, at least sonically, right? So I dive out of, I jump out of that lane occasionally or whatever, sonically. I guess part of the reason, and look, and this is just me being completely transparent with y'all, right? Like just from a business standpoint, like a lot of times I don't do it because like when I do put out songs like that, they're not always my songs that get the most burn. And so over the years, it feels counterproductive, right? Like at this point, and it's like, and I don't want to make it sound like a business decision because I like Follow the Master and Lasting Impression on The Past Always Present in the Future. Those are two rapidy rap songs, and those songs actually did like fairly well in terms of streaming or whatever, compared to other songs. But the second I'll do like a song like No Turning Back, like it literally dwarfs the other songs in terms of the numbers and what it does or whatever. So, it's, I don't know. And it's like, and that's just me looking at it from a business standpoint. But I have moments all the time. I hear dudes rap and I look around at other people and I'm like, y'all think this is dope? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that all the time. And, but like that chip on my shoulder that I had when I was young, is just this need to feel like, show people all the time that like I can rap better than them at a point where I really don't feel like people really care. Like I look at what people like, and when I see what they like, it makes me feel like they don't care about good bars. So it's just
people
like
that care.
I know that, but what I'm saying is they don't. But those people who care or whatever, they don't necessarily come to me for that type of rap. You see what I'm saying? So
no,
you're right.
You're right about that.
So when I do it,
let me say this though.
Go ahead.
People didn't necessarily go to Spike Lee for 25th Hour either, but
that's true. That's true.
Did that shit.
So Pete, all right, perfect example. Some years ago, I did a song called Splendor, right? That song, matter of fact,
you about to put it in the background?
Why not?
Yeah.
I put it in the background, and then this will be the example of what I'm saying. Like,
no, not Trap Substantial for I think that was Indecisive that said Trap Substantial. No, it's FSG. No, not Trap. Not Trap. I would not want to hear Substantial over Trap.
But you know, like I like trap. Like I like some trap, right? I like the fusion of trap with like jazz.
Like to hear you over
like for example, when I hear like Money Trees part two, like give me a beat like that.
Is that trap? That's trap. That's
what the drums are trap. It's the elements over it because it's melodic. It's not just straight. But yo,
to that on the way home.
Yeah, that joint is crazy.
That shit is
crazy. So
that's one of the best produced tracks I've ever heard. Right?
Yeah, and look, so we're running long right now, but it's y'all fault. So
it's Indecisive's fault.
You can't be asking questions like that at the end. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put that in early. All right, so I'm gonna play this song. It's available on my YouTube channel.
I want to Step Into the Cypher Part 2.
Hey, I'm down. Sites already know. And matter of fact, you can on our new me, Marcus, Funky DL, and Sites just finished the song together. So that's coming out soon. All right, so here is Splendor. Matter of fact, close the window. We got sirens in the back. Sound like it's the intro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So for those of you who want rap substantial, this was a song called Splendor. To date, the song hasn't even broke 1,000 plays on streaming platforms. It only has 1,300 plays on YouTube, and it came out 4 years ago. Okay? Now I'm going to play it for you, and the bars are there. Okay? So if this is what you want, that's not a problem for me, but just understand when I do it. And keep in mind, at the time this song came out, it was sent everywhere. Like, you know, we had like the PR campaign behind it, put some money behind it, and even with that, the numbers speak for themselves. And this is why it's like, yo, just people don't want to hear that from me. My wife actually said to me when I played this one joint for where I was like really blacking out with the bars, she was like, I don't know, I feel like you're trying too hard. Go. My wife said that to me. And so moments like that, it's just like,
that's like putting on skinny jeans and a long shirt at 45.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so here you go. Splendor. It's available on all streaming platforms.
Hey, my wife was looking at me to wrap this up.
All right, here you go. Listen.
And the notorious one. Share my name with glorious son and S.O. made. Stress these days, but I'm victorious son. Like King Nahar when things get hard. Remember, I can real get flustered grand of the airless, but we don't give a fuck on our band of a still spitting such an illustrious man. Are you fuck with it? Stand up. I can breathe now, quality and prestige. Follow me, I must lead all of you to get free. Holler if you hit me. I give end zone bound, you ain't getting your crown. Determinedly burning on their knees, burning the liver prize with a force that'll leave the beat hurting and be certain these open ass rappers need learning. They want sucker proceed, keep searching. Talk to myself is what I think matter most anyway. Listen real close, hear me say. True indeed.
This beat is stupid, Jack. This is
ignorant. Speed, no holding power from the sweet takes the big.
You are shimmying on this motherfucker, man.
When I hit the speed, it is a rap that gets them mad. It is a fact, my table cross a checkered flag. Eat my dust, here's my nuts, holding for me. As I said, sparkless cited for my golden trophy. Biggest Kanye ego, I know shit. And approximately the width of Beyonce hips far beyond their shit. In a league of my own, but not what they meant when they told me to leave them alone. Take a seat at the throne, cause I embody richness, though I'm not the richest. Vicious is my big bitches as in
Oh no, we gotta rewind it because you gotta hear the whole line.
I have heard this. Yeah, that line right there.
As in dogs, that bitches as on their shit. In a league of my own, but not what they meant when they told me to leave them alone. Take a seat at the throne, cause I embody richness, though I'm not the richest. Vicious is my big bitches. Bitches as in dogs, not bitches as in y'all. Sorry excuse for writers, no. Full retire, who's your side? You talk to myself, cause what I think about it most anyway. It's a real close
I'm wrong. Now hold it together, sure.
Last verse though. Here we go.
I am nobility, boys that don't get to me, voice of the century, avoid the penitentiary, turn noise to symphonies, all love, peace and shade, brother, alright, okay, brother, I'm tight, they fuck us for life, they mothers were right, tell them to avoid me, pointless to fight, better to adore me, cause the dude is glory, elevating the craft, conquering the me while I'm making you glad. I appreciate the compliment and the vote of confidence. So the next drink's on me. Christ, he's nice is what Jesus thinks of me. What we stand do, stand with when. You can stand with him if you would stand with pens. And a man would sin to reach heights beneath me. But I'd rather you defeat me than try to beat me. Believe me, I represent greatness, brightness, and cleverness. So many words with S. My first name should be elegant. But let me get back to the subject at hand. Yes.
Yeah.
So now back to my comment when I said this motherfucker can rapidy rap. Yeah,
it, man.
Oh, I gotta take this hat off now. I am getting warm. Nigga. I've completely forgotten about that shit, man.
You know the only person who has not forgotten about that track?
Who?
DJ Hobb. He gets mad at me all the time.
For not rocking it more?
Yo, he's like, yo, why do we never do Splendor? And I was like, bro,
because nobody would fucking know that shit. And that's real.
And the thing is, when I do shows, right? The other, like,
you need to force that shit in, dog. Just start doing that shit. Eventually, people will catch on. Like, oh, this nigga's gonna keep doing this song. Let me learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I have to say about that.
Right. Appreciate it.
God, no, we can't. We cannot bring it back. We're not bringing it back.
But look,
you can look it up. It's on Bandcamp.
Yo,
burn it up.
Listen, it's on Bandcamp. It's on Spotify. It's everywhere.
Burn that motherfucker up. I will.
Look, I intentionally, because that song gets slept on so much, like I added it to my highlights on Instagram, just so like people keep seeing it when they go through the Spotify joint. It's in there because I'm like, yo, I was like, when I did it, I was like, this right here when people hear it.
An album of that.
Right, album
of that.
I would like to.
Hey, so fans, if you know a fan of Substantial, if you are a fan and you know a fan, pass this shit around. That was a great question, a great suggestion. It doesn't sound like my partner here is too far away from it if the demand is there.
Yeah.
So make the demand. I'm sure he will supply it because that right there, that was inappropriate. That's all I can say about that. That I've completely forgotten about that shit, man.
Dude, put it this way. I have like an album worth of unreleased songs that are all like punchline joints. Those are, whenever I do albums, those are the first ones that get cut.
Gotta let them know.
Those are the first ones that get cut. And
I'll buy the mixtape and the vinyl.
Right. Look, I've done guest appearances on other people's albums and done songs like that, and then the songs get cut from the record. And then I hear the record, and I'm just like, Jesus, you got dudes doing braggadocio rapping, they're not even that good. It's like, bro, like, it's been the story of my career, like 20 years of the same shit. 20 years of the same shit. So, like, after a while, you're like, okay, so I guess that ain't what you want. So, you know what I mean? And it ain't me trying to give people exactly what they want. I still put them songs on every project I do, including the Bob Alloy stuff. But again, it's just like I put it out, and then, like, for instance, people like Step Into the Cypher, but let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it a stack. The reason why people rock with Step Into the Cypher is because Marcus D, right? Is that Marcus D did the beat, and Sight Stars on it.
I said
if I did it as a solo song, it wouldn't be the top streaming song from the album. Trust me. I read analytics. I know how this works. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and it's like people think because underground is like this completely pure thing and people don't consider business when they're doing it. Like, nah, bro, it costs money to do. So, you know, yeah, man.
Hey, Joshua, why don't you go to bed then, man? Don't make your wife not a fan, man.
But, all right. Look, that's how cute a rap.
Go to bed, man. Hey, well, not go to bed, but give your wife her time, man.
Right. And something else. On that note, outro music. We got outro.
We got outro music. We fancy.
You know what I'm saying?
We
Malcolm,
fancy in here.
hey, Malcolm, shout out to you, brother. Malcolm killed this joint.
Peace, Select. Yeah, shout out Malcolm, indeed.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Someone needs to check his resume. Nice, Frank E.
Check my resume is another exception because that's a
I
brag.
think it goes with the album because went with the album. You think
that and Odyssey produced it. That's see what I'm saying? Like so it's like if I get with some
it's gotta be yeah.
But I can't just do it over nobody's beat, right?
Hey man,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Okay.
I mean the business, man. Because those dudes who produced that track, no one had heard of them. You know what I mean? No one had heard of them. But anyway,
so, we're out. You don't have to stay here if you just want to listen to the beat while we see it, because that's all I'm doing.
Right.
We're done. We're not saying anything else. We're not answering any more questions.
Hey man, this was a fun show, man. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, indeed. Thank y'all for always showing
We
up.
had 20 minutes too long, but I feel like it was worth it. Y'all are a great audience per usual, man.
Hey,
great questions.
And Joshua, tell your wife we are a fan of hers, man. Tell her quit playing out here.
All right. Hey,
Afro-American Kieran. Hey, man.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in. And remember, if you like the music, you can go ahead in the description and you can download the tracks.
Mr. Consistent, that is another one.
Yes, yeah, that, there's a bunch of them. All right, on that note, we're out for real. Peace, y'all. I feel like I want to let the hook come in one time.
Go ahead.
One more time for Malcolm Jackson for the road. Here we go. Joshua's wife said you're funny. All right, we're out for real. All right,
yeah, we're gone.